Here's what Stephen A. had to say about this. Rob, if you want to play this, because Stephen A. had a complete different take on this. And by the way, when I said Adam Silver, the commissioner of the NBA, go to that, that's 3 days ago. So he knew he was coming. And he went on McAfee. And he talked about legalized betting to monitor. So nobody knew why Adam Silver all of a sudden is going on Pat McAfee.
Wow.
And then 2 days later, Cash does what he does. But here's what First Take Stephen A. had to say in regards to this. Go ahead, Rob.
For one incident after another, have I said Trump is coming. He's coming. I'm going to say it on national television again. Bad Bunny is performing at the Super Bowl, and all of a sudden you hearing ICE is going to be there, looking to engage in mass deportations. The Super Bowl, disrupting things. Big night for the NBA. Wembanyama put on a show. That has now been smeared because we're talking about this story, okay? Remember, Trump has a long, long history connected to the world of sports because he had those casinos. Where do you think folks were coming half the time? I'm not talking about individuals. I'm talking about the culture. When people want to go to a casino, when people want to gamble, when people want to party, or whatever the case may be. This was his kind of connection to that. Why am I glad you're here, Monica? Because don't be surprised if the WNBA is next on his list. Mm-hmm. Because when you've got all of these protests that have been going out there and people that have been protesting against him and what have you, this man is coming. He's coming. And I've been saying it for a long time. And to me, this is the latest nugget of evidence that we're talking about right here. That's not to question the legitimacy of the case. We don't know. We're all sitting up here and we're saying that we don't know.
Here. He continues to say he's coming to the NBA, to WNBA, to NFL, to this, to a few different things. Vinny, where are you at with what Stephen A. is saying?
Listen, with all due respect, and I know he's probably going to make a video going, Vinny, I don't give a what you think.
I hear you, Vinny.
Yeah. Well, I love Stephen A. like no joke to death, Pat, but this is a horrible take. To think that Donald Trump, with all the stuff that he has going on, he is out there going, hey, go after the NBA and make a case. No. Give me a freaking break. You know why Cash Patel is involved? Because the Mafia is involved. The Lucchese, Gambino, Genovese, Bonanno. And by the way, let's all talk. This didn't start under Trump, Stephen A. This started under the AutoPen administration. This happened 2 years ago, and they're building a case. My beef is, listen, I'm not saying I can care less, but sports schmorts. All right, Virginia Giuffre, her book came out where she's saying well-known prime minister and all these billionaires raped, sex trafficked, beat her, bloody. Nobody, sports. That's the real problem. And you know what? When it comes to it, I understand why Stephen A. has to take this point. I understand. Tom, who owns ESPN?
Disney.
Who's his boss?
Iger.
Let me ask you another question, Tom. What did you know that guess who just signed a deal recently with the NBA from 2025-26 season to 2035 to 2036, 11 years, $76 billion. Take a wild guess, Tom.
Yeah, ESPN that's currently sitting in the office going, man, I don't know.
Disney. Disney. So I get it that he has to have this attitude, but to have
big check
to say that Trump is purposely doing this to go after it, that's a stretch. Do not get me wrong. I want Trump to go after everybody, meaning the Brennans, the Obamas, the Hillary, the Comeys. Good. I want that. I want accountability. I want retribution because we deserve it. But to have this, bro, this goes back to the Mafia. This goes back to sports.
What clip do you have? What clip do you have of the way they were doing the gambling thing? Rob, do you have that?
Pat, this is a POV through the glasses of how, because Chauncey and all these guys are accused of cheating in poker. These are the glasses.
$7 million.
Watch this. These are the glasses, looking through the glasses of how you can look at the card. Ready for this? You wear sunglasses at the table? Look at that crap.
Stop.
Look at that. Pat, you're cooked. You're cooked. There's a king. That's a 3. That's a queen. You know who's betting. You know who's going all in. You know everything. You know what cards they have in their hands. Okay? And mind you, but again, put the Trump crap aside for 2 seconds. Everybody wants to go to Trump. Imagine all the livelihoods gone. Somebody that was like, oh, they're going to win. And you're cheating like that. They're throwing freaking games. ESPN, Pat, is this where ESPN took off the ESPN bet?
Yeah.
This is during the, can we play this, Rob? Can we play ESPN?
Time and place.
Oh, look, watch this on the bottom right. ESPN bet. They're talking about betting. and then all of a sudden, boom, they take it off. This is huge. This is huge. But again, going back to Trump, everything has to go to Trump. Did they break the law? Hold on. Did they break the law? Okay, we're going to all find out. Was there cheating? Was there happening? If it's a yes, stop this Trump nonsense. Just come on, move on. And good if he's coming. If they broke the law, good.
Did you see Cash's response to Stephen A?
Play Cash's response.
You didn't see Cash's response?
But it's just a weak argument. Like, come on, man.
I love Stephen A, but Cash came at you, buddy.
No, come on. It's just
He's like, while you're pulling it up, I can summarize it. He goes, that's the dumbest thing I ever heard. I've heard some dumb things. That is the dumbest accusation ever. Do you have it?
Yeah, this is it.
Yeah, down the street. By the way, this was so wild. Stephen A. Smith, the sports commentator, suggested that this was revenge from the president for all the kind of left-wing activism of the NBA. Your response to that, 15 seconds.
I'm the FBI director. I decide which arrests to conduct and which not to conduct. That may be the single dumbest thing I've ever heard out of anyone in modern history, and I live most of my time in Washington, D.C. It's right up there with Adam Schiff. We arrest people for crimes.
Yeah,
I mean, let me ask you a question. Adam, can I ask you an honest question?
I'll give you my
Do you think, because LeBron, all them, BLM, bashing him, Popovich, everybody talking shit and bashing Trump for all the years, do you think this was like on a list of stuff and Trump said, yeah, you know what? Why don't you just...
No.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Like Trump, with all the shit that he's doing, with all the peace deals, with the border, with tariffs, he's sitting there worrying about the NBA. Bro, this is scraps. This is scraps. But this is still something serious where there's money involved and the mafia is back.
Oh, yeah.
What did everybody think? The mafia, like you said, they retired. You think all the families went, because Giuliani came and did all this. No, those families are still around and they're still doing their
PBD,
thing.
I want to get your perspective on the mafia for sure. I don't know if you spoke to Michael or Sam or these guys, but let me give you my perspective on the NBA. And I've spoken with some NBA friends of mine. And, the NBA stands for National Basketball Association. It also stands for No Betting Allowed, which nobody abides by. You talk about bringing Michael Jordan back. This is the worst time to bring Michael Jordan back because the one blemish on his career was the alleged gambling thing that he did that led him to baseball for a few years. So that's very interesting. But the NBA definitely has a culture of gambling problem. Here's Shaq right here basically saying, listen, someone who played 19 seasons in the league, I have teammates in Vegas, and they clarified, I don't think I want to sit up here and be hypocritical about certain things. We've been on teams. We played cards. We played spades. We played tonk. I don't want to sit up here and act like I'm some perfect guy, and then I'll go to Vegas and I'll play some craps roulette. There's nothing wrong with gambling. The problem is when it gets sort of like masqueraded as like what's right, what's wrong, what can you do, what can you not do, and then you have things like FanDuel, you have things like DraftKings, you have things like fantasy. It's all sort of intermingled into the culture of sports and sports betting. But if I can be specific about Trump, the reason that Trump has no involvement in this is because there's been two separate operations ongoing for years. The one operation, which Chauncey Billups is involved in, is called Operation Royal Flush, and the mafia was involved in that. We can discuss that. The second investigation was something called Operation Nothing But Net, which is the Terry Rozier and the Damon Jones thing, which is basically take the under in the bet because this guy ain't going to do so good tonight. But the thing with Chauncey, it's interesting. You talked about it's all these like run by the mafia, these x-ray glasses, these special things that are going on, these signals. Chauncey, it would seem to me, by the way, if you ask me who my top 5 players ever, Chauncey would be in my top 5. Isaiah Thomas, Chauncey Billups, D-Wade, straight up. Yep. Miami and Detroit. Chauncey was nothing more than a bait of a lure to get rich people to play in this game. In my opinion, I could be totally wrong, Chauncey's a complete pawn here. They said, come to the game. They call it a face card. We're going to bring someone like Chauncey to come in. Like you said, you played with Vince Vaughn or all these people, these names. So all these rich people, believe me, nobody's broke at this table. You're playing $10,000 hands, $50,000 hands. You're losing $10 million and you come back the next night. Some of these guys were excited to lose to a famous person like Chauncey. That's all operation. It was rigged. It was fixed. The second thing is a little weirder because now you're talking about actual players in actual games who are doing things potentially that are hindering the game. So Terry's one thing, and I know Terry plays in Miami.
I think we've already addressed that. Yeah. So where are you going with this? Damon, because we're rehashing the same thing 3 times.
Well, I'll tell you where it gets weird here.
Tell us.
The thing with Damon Jones. Do you know the one thing that you could say about Damon Jones' career? And most people have never even heard about him.
What's that?
he is a LeBron guy. He is as attached to LeBron as any player potentially. He played with Shaq in 2005, 2006, played for the Heat. Leaves the Heat, goes plays with LeBron, wins a championship. Goes to the finals with LeBron, I believe in 2007. And then I believe he was one of the coaches on the championship team.
But make your point, Adam.
So the
What's
point
so special about this guy?
Don't be shocked if this goes all the way to LeBron. And I'm not saying LeBron had anything to do with it, but don't be shocked if LeBron's name comes up and whatever LeBron is working on trying to get a team in Vegas gets severely affected by his relationship with Damon Jones.
Yeah, so the part where what Stephen A is saying is that I agree with is not that this is Trump's doing. Yeah, I think the investigation started 2 years ago, and all of a sudden now it's coming up to a point like this. But the part with Trump, with the FBI talking about this, when Tim Donaghy got caught, was it FBI going on the public and announcing it? I don't know. I don't know what the case study is with that. But do I think Cash called and said, hey, here's what we just find out. Should we do a press conference or not do a press conference? Do I think Trump would say, do a press conference? Yeah, I think Trump would say, do a press conference. You think Cash is doing that press conference without getting approval by Trump? No way in the world. Trump's going to give the approval on that press conference. And on top of that, with the whole thing when, Trump, NBA Finals, everything that was going on with COVID, all that stuff
BLM.
that they did. Yeah, all that BLM and, end racism bullshit that they kept reigniting racism. Yeah, I think that part. Remember, LeBron called the president a bum. Don't forget that. LeBron called the president a bum. Okay? A bum.
Yep.
So guess what? The president has a very quick, long memory. He's going to remember when you said that. A bum after Steph Curry. Is this Snopes or where are you on, Rob? Is this
BBC?
BBC. There you go. Yeah, he called him a bum after the whole Steph Curry thing. So great. If that's what you want to do, Michael never did that. Kobe never did that. Magic never did that. You're the first one that wants to do it. You're the face of the league, and you're using the NBA to do this. No wonder today I'm in the car talking to my guy, and my guy is saying the fact that he can't wait for the day that LeBron retires and leaves the game. He made the game worse for the NBA. So I think that part with Trump, you make Trump an enemy. I saw a clip yesterday of Dana White. I love what Dana says. I fully relate to what Dana White said. He says, I am a very good friend. Very good friend. I'm a very good person to be friends with. But if you want to be my enemy, I'm also very good at that. Okay? You want to be an enemy of Trump, he will never, ever forget until he gets his vengeance or an apology. One of the two. The apology, quick, you move on.
Yep.
And the NBA has not been friends with Trump. Let's face it. The NBA has not been that friendly to him. So in that part of the context, I do think there's something there that the president wouldn't be happy about it. I'm excited for 2026. I think 2026 is going to be the greatest year of my lifetime in America. America's turning 250. World Cup's coming here. President Trump's turning 80. We're going to have multiple times rates going lower. I think the IPO market's going to open up. And Vinny and I, we were out. I was looking at Vinny outside yesterday. I don't know what was going on. So I'm walking outside. Vinny's looking at the sky. I'm like, Vinny, what are you doing? Obviously, we have 11 acres of land we own right on the airport. So I was concerned. I walked up. Watch what Vinny was doing in this video. Go ahead, Rob. Great pose.
Come on.
Hey, Vinny.
What's up, Pat?
What are you doing?
Waiting.
Waiting for what?
Business plan.
Come from Sky.
That's what people told me. It works
That's not how it works.
Worked for Newton.
That's not how it works. On December 12th, I host an event called the Business Planning Workshop, where we go through this entire manual together on how to write a business plan based on 12 building blocks.
Okay.
All you have to do is click on a link below.
Okay.
Get registered. December 12th, we'll be together all day.
All right, so can we go eat right now? Because I've been here for 4 hours waiting like an idiot.
So if you're like Vinny waiting for a business plan to fall from sky,
Still waiting.
Don't do that. December 12th, come join myself and tens of thousands of people together that will be going through exactly the way I write the business plan based on 12 building blocks. If you haven't yet registered, click on a link below, Rob. If you can give them you can find out whatever ticket you want to go with. You can zoom in, not show your face. You can zoom in, be with everybody else. Thousands of other people will see your face, and I'll be able to interact with you. Or you can be there live with us and call and find out more about that. But at the lowest one, you can get registered for $297 full day, and you'll get a 200-page workbook. Click on a link below. Get yourself, your wife, your friends, family, salespeople, executive team. Watch this business plan workshop together to assemble to a Rob. let's please put the link below for that. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.